Not much info in these lessons. Okay, operating system problems. So we are talking about Windows operating system, right? But it can be any Apple or Linux, whichever be the operating system. So as of now, what we do, if there is anything wrong with the operating system, we try to repair, right? We try to refresh, reset, and none of them works. We just simply format it. Okay, we simply format and we just put something fresh. All right, but that is not always an option in a production environment. Like you have a IT-based company, okay, you cannot simply format. There are a lot of dependencies on it. Okay, there may be a lot of softwares, there may be other systems, remotely, asking for the services on this system. So you cannot simply format. You have to fix only that specific issue. Okay, so you have, in that case, format will be the last option, the very last option, or you cannot do format at all. So you have to know how the operating system works, how you can specifically troubleshoot an issue without disturbing any other service. Okay, so that's where things become critical. Otherwise, no need to think about anything. You can simply wipe out the OS, right? So if you wipe out the OS, your data will not be lost, right? Because you will store the data in a different place, maybe D drive. You will do it accordingly, right? Even your downloads and everything, you put it in a separate drive. As long as you put it in a separate place, it's okay. You can wipe out the C drive and it's new. Okay, but you can't do that in the professional environment. Okay. So operating system is basically consists of many layers. They did not give any diagrams at all. There is something called HAL, hardware abstraction layer. There is kernel. Okay. Okay. Some of the common problems: system not booting up. Okay, you are not able to boot up the operating system. Frequently, system or program crashes. Okay, the operating system crashes or a program crashes. So these are some of the things. Download. So what are the things you can do? Reboot, download the latest updates, reinstall the programs, search the internet for solution. So things can change. So you just have to search the internet to find a solution. Blue screen update. That's a common issue of Windows. So that's the reasons could be system files are corrupted. Okay, the one in the Windows folder, system 32. Bad memory, physical memory such as RAM. Okay, the device itself is bad. A recent hardware change. If you have added or removed any device, okay, then also you can have this problem. Okay, any external peripheral devices. System corrupted with virus. So what is the solution for that? A virus can come through different ways, right? Especially online. So good antivirus is a solution. And automatic updates. System working slow. What's the solution? If the system is working slow, what you will do? Obviously.
Check this. Check this.
See, system is working slow, that's a very general statement, right?
Okay.
So you have to specify on what is slow. Is the hard disk slow, or the operating system slow, or is the internet slow, or the network slow? What is slow? You have to be specific. So this is what, when you go in some places, they say system is slow. Okay, so it can be because of many different reasons. So if the hard disk is slow, then you will see slow performance when you save something or when you copy something. You will see slow performance. That means it's a problem with the hard disk, not with the operating system or RAM or any other motherboard chips. Right? But generally, if the system is slow, let's say for example, you play a 4K video, it's slow. So what's the problem?
Connection.
Online. Huh?
4K.
4K video, 4K video means 2160 pixels.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what could be wrong?
So there's online and
It's
network.
online.
Is it like you're watching 4K online or you're
Okay,
watching
4K online or you're playing a game
Then
4K.
that's network. Network problem.
If the internet is slow,
Yeah,
Really?
it's buffer.
No, even if you download the video
okay.
and then you play it in the player, then also it's
Format by the format of the video.
which device you pinpoint as a bottleneck? Your graphic card.
Yes,
Yeah.
graphic.
That's what renders the graphics, right?
Yes.
So your graphics does not support 4K, right? So it doesn't have enough cache. So you have to pinpoint the things. So accordingly, you have to troubleshoot. So normally, even if you do all these things, normally if the system is slow, generally, without without pinpointing anything, if it is a general slowness, okay, then you can simply increase the RAM size. Because RAM memory, okay, memory stands for how much things a computer can do at a time. Okay, if you increase the RAM size, more things a computer can think at a point of time. Okay, that's normally we do, right? Increase RAM share. We can do it in many ways, right? We can do virtual memory and all. We have seen that. Maintain enough space on the computer. Scan computer regularly for virus. Virus can also slow down. Avoid downloading, installing third-party softwares or games. Monitor startup engine entries and remove it if required. How do you remove startup entries? If you go to msconfig, you can do it from the host itself. Let's see. Let's improve the performance. Now this is another thing. Okay, slow during startup. Okay, once it's startup, it's fine, but when you start up, it's slow. Okay, now first of all, why is it selective startup? Let me choose normal startup. Is it normal startup?
Yes.
Now you can see the startup entries here. msconfig, right? msconfig. Okay. msconfig makes normal startup, and then what? You go to the startup. So you can't do startup from here. You have to take from the task manager. Okay, go to task manager. In Windows 8 is like that. Okay. So here you can see the task manager. So you can basically disable everything except this new clean. You have this new clean, right? Make sure it's enabled. Okay. Others you can disable. We don't want this view tune, but it is disabled. VMware also we don't want to start up. We will start up when we require, right? Disable everything, QuickTime, all these things will slow down. So when you log in, after you log in, all these things are getting started up. App will push. Chrome, okay, everything except new clean. Make sure the new clean is enabled. So that we need to clean the files. Other things you can, even NVIDIA. Okay, leave NVIDIA also. You have NVIDIA. Just make the new clean and NVIDIA. NVIDIA's graphics, so we need that. So that just make sure it's enabled. Alright? So that way you can increase your startup time. Okay? So those are the little things, okay? It doesn't make a big difference, but if your startup programs make far too impact, then it makes a big difference.
So what is startup time? Startup time?
Startup time is after you log in. Even after you log in, you will not be able to take any programs, right? You have to wait for some time. So that time gap. Forget password. If you forget the password, There is an option called change password reset disk, but you know that this is totally not necessary because I showed you how easy it is to reset the password
Yes, sir.
unofficially. Right?
Yes, sir.
That's not an official method, but officially this is what you do. You have to beforehand you have to take
Yes, sir.
reset disk. If you don't have it, then officially there is no way. Okay. You can make it a USB drive or a CD, whatever it is. You can write it. You can make a reset disk. And then if you forget password, when you log in, the login screen itself, you will have an option forget password. It will ask for the reset disk. You put the USB, you can reset it. But that's the straight way. But if you have a Windows CD, it's easy to reset. Lost data, we should have the backup. Use a rescue CD, save redundantly, cloud storage. So the solutions. These are actually not the solutions after you lost the data. This is actually precautions. Okay, before you lose the data, you take backup. It's very common sense. File fails to open. You have a file, it's not opening. What are the possible things? Not able to launch Word, Excel, things like that. Not able to open any folder, system freezes. So probably it's a virus, right? This file opening and closing, it's a basic thing, right? Any operating system should. If you're not able to do it, it's basically some kind of virus. So you have to put so if you did not have an antivirus and you had this problem, so you can install an antivirus, you can scan it. Okay. You can scan, so if it is a good antivirus, it should verify the virus. It should be able to quarantine it. Restore Windows to last good configuration. We know this, right? System restore. Yes. Just go and type system restore. Okay, you don't have to go to control panel at all. System restore. So it goes for create restore point. That means we haven't created a restore point. Yes, now. Go to system. Again, for this one also, there is a restore point. This one also you should have turned on the system restore. There should be a restore point before. That is last known good configuration. If you don't have a restore point, then you can't do anything. So at the end, for everything, the option is reinstall operating system. At the end, that's the last option. Missing NTLDR. What is NTLDR? It's a file, okay? It relates to booting. Yeah, it's a file. At the boot time, the file will be referred for different things, for the operating system's pointer and all. We don't see these errors nowadays. This is gone. Actually,
Windows XP.
yeah, in Windows XP and all these errors. Now we have new errors. We don't have these errors. What is Windows Me? I used Windows Me.
I don't have it with 95.
That's, I think it's 2000, right? Millennium Edition.
That's right, maybe.
Millennium Edition.
It's me.
So probably the solution computer boots from a non-bootable source. You know that you can go to the setup, you can change the boot order. So maybe it is booting from a disk which is not bootable. So you change the boot order and put it to the right boot order. computer hard drive is not currently set up for CMOS. This also you have to go to the setup. Corrupt NTLDR, you can simply see this is I386 folder. Do we have this folder now? Go to C drive. I386. No, we don't have this now. It's actually old. Now we don't have this Windows 8. That's where this NTLDR is. We don't have this anymore.
Windows X.
Upgrading Windows 95, 98 mean we don't even have these operating systems. But anyway, if you want to upgrade, you know how do you upgrade to an operating system? Let's say from Windows 8 to Windows 10, that's the most common now. Now these are all obsolete now. I'm going into this. How do you upgrade from Windows 8 to Windows 10?
You install any current operating system.
You don't even have to. You can. You'll have an online option also, right? You can download the trial version online.
Yes, we can go to
Yeah, if you have a CD, just open the setup. You don't have to go to the BIOS. You just open the setup. Like a software, you can upgrade. It's very easy. It's not a big deal. For Mac also, it's the same process. The same things that we used before, how to repair a computer. The steps are different because they are giving with respect to XP. But in our case, you put the CD, you boot from CD, repair computer, you get the command prompt. Repair disk, and you bring this.
So $8 okay. Kala ko okay pala. Mga 3,000 pa rin.
Dito sa clean, itong isa sa diamond. Ganito lang yung itong sa monkey.
Pero, kaya straight. Sinensaya.
Kinuha ng $60.
Pwede may convert from there, diba? Pagdating mo na.
So what is registry? So any settings you do on the operating system, it eventually changes the values of the registry. Right? As you know that operating system is also software, right? A big software. And software is nothing but a program. A lot of programs join together. And any program has two parts, logic and data, right? Functions and variables. So this is where all the variables come in. Okay, the values of the variables. You change the value of the variable, something changes. Okay, so what are the variables of an operating system? Like background picture is a variable. The location of the background picture is a variable, right? Screen resolution is a variable. What else can be a variable? Lot of things, right? Like a particular folder's permission is a variable. You can have Boolean variables also, right? Whether this view shall allow to write true, false. Everything is variables. So basically, what functions do, they change the values of the variables. That's what functions do. Okay, based on a it's a program, right? So anything you change in the control panel or from anywhere, ultimately it changes in the variable, its value. So if you want, sometimes you may not be able to do it through the control panel. Sometimes you directly go to the variable and change the variable value. So that's rigid. You directly go and change something. Now there are thousands of values, thousands of variables here. It's a big program, right? There are thousands of variables. So which one you change, I don't know. You can do a little bit of exploration. There are categories here. Current user means only to apply only to this user. Local machine means to all users. So let me go for local machine. Let me see what is there. Let's not touch the hardware. Let's go to the software parts. See, there are no softwares installed here. If you have any softwares, it will be here. Okay, Microsoft is. You can see the location. There's nothing we know of here. Fusion. Okay, Internet Explorer. We know something regarding Internet Explorer, right? Let's do Internet Explorer. So all the settings of Internet Explorer about URLs. There is something regarding tabs. What is that? So the values can be in binary, hex, or just like this. So when you take a new tab, it's actually executing a DLL file. It's actually like a calling a function and with this thing. Okay, so let me see what happens now. When you create a new tab. So you get a new tab, this thing comes. We did this thing, right? Started. That's right. Okay. Now, if I change this thing, this value here. It's tabs welcome.htm. So that's some kind of page. And now instead, what if I want to put my own page? You know how to quickly make an HTML file, right? Let's quickly make an HTML file. You want your HTML file to become quickly make a HTML file.
I think we will work on it.
But you have to find the location also, right? You don't know the location. Just testing this. It may or may not work. I don't know.
Does it really work? What will output, sir?
Huh? Let me just save this as test.html and desktop. HTML or HTML. Okay, but I don't know where this tabs will come. It should probably in address. You have to find out where this is, and you have to replace this with that. Because there is no location specified here, right? So you have to find this thing. Let's find this file. This file should be somewhere in the computer. Let's find it. Let's just search it. Just search it. See, for every registry value, you may have to do a different kind of thing. Tabs welcome dot HTML. It's there's no location to mention. It's there, but we don't know where it is. It's not giving us the location. So it's secret. See, this is how Microsoft protects its things. The properties are in the location. The rest, where is the rest?
Maybe
Because I
this,
could find the location.
maybe it has interface for video.
No, it's a HTML file. When you take a new tab, it's a HTML file, but it's hidden somewhere. iframe.dll C Windows System 32. Should probably there. C drive, Windows System 32. US. Let's see.
If you do that, I think you can increase the rate of work. I think it's if you get that really good. I think we'll get this. Okay, you know, you go to the review shop and ask them what actually. Just I think that I'm going to go
The point of DLL files are they are Microsoft standards. It's not open source. What is inside DLL, the coding, we can't see. But there are some programs which can decode it. Generally, you can't. There are no HTML files here. So the file is stored somewhere and it's hidden. The path is hidden. So it's not possible to change this default thing. Otherwise, modify. But anyway, I'll just give a shot. I'm just giving the path of the file, okay? The HTML file. That's fine. So any changes you made to the registry, you are supposed to restart. Okay, but let me see without restarting. This location. Let me do a reset.
You also doesn't know, so don't make sure.
I should cut it.
No. Alright. It's moving.
Yeah, all right. Let's see. What you doing?
Drawing 7.
Yeah, but that almost shot. Almost shot. Yeah. No, no, shot it. Cheap. Yeah, cheap, yeah. Cheap. What is this? Yeah, all the games.
Is that female?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Look at this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was just a...
Who's
You're turning so cool. Movement.
What you?
Yeah, because I can hear everything.
Bukas.
Yeah, sabi niya with me, what do you want?
Hirap ka ulit.
What is should close problem.
Sige, ito kung ito may bigay ko ito siya. Sabi natin yan. Makabigay na ito sa daily. Tapos kung kita mo yan. Kaya, tsaka nakakapon, nandun na siya. Kaya, pinapahirapan sa iyo niya.
Oh, it's...
Okay lang ko siya yung one to pass. So, wala akong pinili. So, restart na yun. Ayan siya. Siguro na rin yung ano ko CD.